For the vigil after that. We welcome you to this time. parents of the noise of your children. I think especially for this service, for this gathering, if anything, they are giving voice to what we would all be wanting to do in this moment. So relax. I know when I have my own babies in worship, it's all very stressful. Put it all down. We give thanks for each and every one of you here. And so, we begin with a moment of prayer and meditation. Allow yourself a deepening breath. We give thanks, precious and powerful source of all life and all love, vast mystery beyond all name and form. Please descend upon this place, upon this time, upon this gathering. Hold us in your transforming fire. Melt any walls that we have built up around our minds and hearts, either through carelessness or fear. Set us free this day to remember him. Set us free this day to love him again in his fullness. Set us free this day to love one another. We give thanks for these lives, for these paths stretched out before us. We give thanks for this time that we share, for this life we remember. Amen. Now we invite forward friends for the invocation.
Spirit of the East, where the sun is born, gateway to the Spirit and of the element fire, enlighten us with the light and heat of the sun.
Spirit of the South, where the sun is the strongest, gateway to the emotions and of the element water, strengthen us with the depth and the vastness of the sea. Spirit of the West, where the sun sets, gateway to the body and the element of earth, transform us with the endurance of stone and tree.
Spirit of the North, where the sun rests, gateway to the mind and to the element of air, inform us with the breath and life of the wind.
To the sacred masculine force behind all that is, Grandfather Cosmos, empower us. To the sacred feminine force behind all that is, Grandmother Earth, nurture us.
To the sacred cosmos, where division and separation cease, grace us with the wisdom of heaven and earth. To the spirit of a child who loves no boundaries, Everett, Cavan, hold us as we mourn with tear and smile. We call upon you, our ancestral guides, guardian devas, animal totems, and all who hold the highest light. Come to us now and hold us in a deep peace and ease. At this time, we invite you to bring forward your energy. with kind thoughts and blessings, and a silent offering to invite Everett and the Cavan family to be held in the highest light. Stop the words now. Open the window in the center of your chest and let the spirit of Everett fly in and out.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. So there's Everett's urn, that little owl, the most precious thing I've ever seen. We love it very much. So I talk to him every day still, obviously. I'm sure many of you lost people in your lives and you feel the need to talk to them, and I do. And I'm almost positive he's here with us today, probably hanging out in his bouncy chair. That's why I put it up there for him. So I'd like to share with you a letter I wrote to him after he died, a couple days after. Dear Everett, the day you left this physical world for a spiritual one was so peaceful. We will always remember it warmly, with sun streaming through the bedroom, your breathing softer, and your forehead smooth and calm. We massaged your belly, chest, and head all day and told you it was okay to let go, to surrender from your earthly pain, that Mama and Dada wanted to help free you from suffering, and that your life meant so much to us in such a short time. You heard I love you hundreds of times that day, just like most days. Your cheeks were still so amazingly kissably soft. I'm so grateful I got to hold you for your last breath, as the sun set and lit up the sky like never before. That moment was a magnificent release, juxtaposed with unimaginable grief. I never wonder or worry if you felt enough love in your life, because I'm sure you felt the daily prayers and thoughts of you in the hearts and minds of so many wonderful, compassionate people. We learned that love can't kill cancer, as much as we hoped it would. But in a way, we were actually quite lucky. Unlike a parent who loses a child in an instant, we had the time and foresight to create and appreciate so many precious moments together and to witness a tidal wave of love grow for you. You created love, you embodied love, you are love. A friend wrote to me, "Your story and struggle brought focus to others about what is truly important in this world and reminds us that it doesn't matter if you have a day, a decade, or a lifetime, our lives at the end are measured in love." And in that way, your son's life, if measured in love and not time, was long and rich and so, so meaningful. My sweet owl, you've enlightened me, awakened my spirit. We didn't see your eyes open that last day, but we certainly saw into your third eye. And with that, you opened a portal for me, your dad, and others to see life anew. I don't always think that there's a reason for everything, but I need to find a purpose behind this. And while I feel like that is going to be revealed more and more as time goes on, our eyes have already been opened by spending the short 9 months of your life gazing into your beautiful blues. A friend of mine called you a little bodhisattva. It's so true. Our astrologer read your chart as a wise, charismatic little soul that came here to deliver a spiritual message, to clear karma and dispel fear on earth, and to replace it with love. She also felt you had chosen Gemini to complete your work. These perspectives make me feel at peace with what happened, even if I still cry to hold you and watch you grow. My son, you taught me to be selfless, unattached, perceptive, and joyful. Your life had so much meaning and continues to transform us. The day before you died, a friend who has a connection with the afterlife told me he saw you with a female figure from my side of the family, undoubtedly my meme, my mom's mom. She was a Taurus just like you, and Gemini. She was already welcoming you before you left this earth. So it is possible to be both places at once, and I still feel you with us. Your omnipresence is what keeps me from succumbing to sadness. I look for signs of you everywhere, and nature is where I feel you most. Thankfully, spring is nearing now, bringing memories of when your life began. But one trip around the sun is all you needed, and back to nature you go. The day after you let go, your friend Cato and his mom spotted an owl come out of a hole in a tree trunk after a mischievous squirrel barged in. She wrote, "He was such a small, cute owl. He stayed for a few hours. After darkness completely settled in, I looked hard and saw he had gone." A Spanish song she loved came to her, and she looked up the translation. She sent it to me in awe. "I am the light and the shadow, the brilliant sun, cold kiss of the clouds that caresses your skin and supports your walk. The rock beneath your feet I am, the voice of the owl who always sings to us. Who could deny us our needs? Everyone spends their day in my embrace. I have so much to share. Fertile home of old trees, of tender flowers, newborn, with ancient roots and future hopes. The united family. Ask the dust where we were born. Ask the forest since we grew up with the rain. Listen to the heart of your mother and taste the voice of the owl who always sings to us. Who could deny us our needs? Everyone spends their days in my embrace. I have so much to share." I don't think you were ever meant to be part of this world for long, Rhett. You were quite happy in my womb. It took 36 strenuous hours for you to make your grand appearance. While you were here, your vibration, the energetic field that surrounded you captivated so many. I always thought you'd be a little yogi, but God knows your body wasn't meant to hold a soul as big as yours. You left us too soon, but your work here was done. You had already opened the hearts of many with your tropical eyes, an oasis in the darkest, coldest winter. As much as I miss you, you cracked me open, made me feel alive, and I would never, ever erase the time I spent caring for you. I would have done it for years and years if it would have cured you. Thank you, Everett, for giving me the gift of motherhood, for changing my direction in life to one with a purpose, for creating a path of abundance for your father and I as we appreciate each minute, week, and year ahead without you more than we ever did before you. From sunrise to sunset, as an owl in the night, through spring, summer, fall, and the snowiest winter of all, forever and ever a part of you, your mama.
If there was one thing we could always count on to soothe our baby boy, it was sound. Whether it was music, punk rock included, as much as my lovely wife hoped otherwise. The spoken word or the casual conversation of whoever happened to be in the hospital room, Rhett always seemed enraptured. Not long after he was born, I started interspersing a bit of verse into the standard regiment of children's books. I'd neither written nor read much poetry since high school, but there was something about how this purest of little beings made me fall back in love with the word's purest form. He became, and will always remain, my little muse, a being whose bravery, grace, and courage I will forever be following with both pen and heart alike. And this is my song to him. Though you've flown this grove of arrows and slings to hoot sweet hymns every far-flung star can hear, these passing days only moat our keep with tears. So lend a feather from your well-worn wings and hold us closer still. Take care, of course, to see your ambulance sounds its sirens high for every cancer kid, and broaden strong the boughs for those earth will rid, that in your eyes they'll find warm amulets. May your revelries shake the stoutest trees to a chorus in leaves, kaleidoscope light thrown to send all the wrens and cardinals aflight. Their calls to score 1,000 melodies, but hold us closer still. It's sure a cry far from that hellish waste of cells enslaved to war with those once their kin. Processions of stings and scans and fear wherein what-ifs and dread our dreams could not displace. So in your smile we saw a calling far, burning through the pain like pyres through a fog. Yet allay we couldn't your turn atop those logs, ablaze and waste from a chemical war. So hold us closer still. Now we meet every rise and set of sun, hoping long its hues surmise some loud hellos, or in gentle thunder should the clouds enclose, and sate with rain the rose your deaths undone. How denied we've been, son, a life in laughs, bullish scraps quelled by the second sip of wine, and fires beneath swaying roofs of northern pines. What we'd give for this, none can know the half, so hold us closer still. Sedana shows dominion death won't hold, that out of sight or touch bows to burned in mind, and those tolls death must wreak, life levies in kind. All told, to kiss you now I'd war the gods of old. We'll never get over, but through we will, to till this salted soil till harvests abound, and stave what pain the pangs of suffering sound, crows cast off by a watchful blue-eyed owl. But hold us closer still. While your eyes foretold an Elysian rise, beyond the chains of worlds where cures seldom come, spare a prayer your work will someday yield one. Love, constant and fierce, here the serum lies. Until that day, and ever after yet, though star in course and timeless sats be set, hold us closer still.
Hi everybody. Try to save paper. I want to begin with a letter from Grandma Cavan. I love you, Mom. Dear Everett, please forgive me for not reading this out loud myself, but no one would be able to understand me through the tears. So I asked your Uncle Dave to read it for me, and of course he said he would. On April 27, 2014, you officially made me a grandma for the first time. I couldn't have been happier. I imagined all the grandma things I would do for you as a baby and beyond. And just between you and me, all the things I would say yes to when Mom and Dad said no. LOL. She put that in. And how even from 800 miles away, I would somehow manage to spoil you. I bragged about you everywhere I went. I posted pictures of you like you were the only baby in the world. I wanted everyone to know you because I knew from day one you were special. Some of the things I imagined doing with you, I did. But since you left too soon, there are so many things I'll never be able to do, and that makes me sad. So when I feel like this, I look at my pictures or videos, where I open a bright, sunset-colored file in my mind titled Number One Grandson, and I revel in those memories. Sometimes I still cry, but more often I smile, or maybe even laugh. I found that one thing is for certain, that even death can never, ever take away the boundless love I have for you, and always will. You will always be my number one grandchild, as your Uncle Dave always says, to infinity and beyond. That was actually Buzz Lightyear, but as you'll find out shortly, I have a penchant for light plagiarism. And Everett, one more thing. I just want you to know how very proud I am of you. I'm proud of how strong and courageous you were, how you fought an intense battle with such strength and determination that you made your mom and dad, your family, and a whole world proud to know you. You were and are a superhero. So now, sweet Rhett, I will see you every day in my pictures and my memories, and every owl I see or hoot from a distance, the brightest stars in the night sky, or a beautiful red cardinal that flies into my yard. I will see you and know that you are with me. And I'll be watching for every sunset you paint in your bright, vivid colors, because I know it'll be a gift for me and for anyone who sees it and anyone that loves you. You are my little angel grandson, always and forever. Love, Grandma. Hashtag fly, red fly. She also put that there too. I love you, Mom. You know, it makes me sad, Everett being gone, but I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. I just miss my nephew. But I have hope. Hope that someday, when it's my time to cross over to the other side, he'll be waiting with open arms, smiling and waiting for me to play him a song. I have hope that he will continue to guide me to be a better person, and that he will continue to touch people across the world. And I have hope that I will see him again. You know, the thought of seeing him again, well, I find I'm so excited I can barely sit still or hold a thought in my head. I think it's the excitement only an uncle can feel. An uncle at the start of a long journey whose conclusion is uncertain. I hope to see Everett on the other side. I hope to see my nephew and shake his hand. I hope his eyes are as blue as they have been in my dreams. I hope. And remember, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'm going to play a song for my little guy. I wrote it the day of his major surgery, and I can't think of a better way to send him how much I love him by playing some positive, happy music. It's instrumental. By saying, I think that would be kind of a train wreck. This song is called Wake Up Smile, and this is for my nephew.
I just wanted to take a moment today to talk about how Rhett influenced my life. He probably influenced my life more than anyone I've ever met, which is pretty crazy since he couldn't even talk. I got to meet Rhett for the first time on May 3rd, and the moment I looked into his beautiful blue eyes, I was overwhelmed with a feeling of warmth and love running through my body. I instantly felt comfort and peace when I held him in my arms, and I won't lie, this actually surprised me. I knew I would love Rhett when I met him, but it was a whole different energy than I ever expected. That day, I believed I was feeling a new type of love, a love of an aunt. But now I understand I was feeling the love of an angel, brought into our lives to teach us more lessons than we could have ever imagined, especially in such a short time. I've always considered myself a loving, caring, and helpful person, someone who was an optimist, but Rhett's journey here with us on Earth taught me the true understanding of these words and made me aware they can mean so much more than I even knew possible. I've always been a little bit of an individualist, and although I would be willing to help anyone who would ask, I was quite comfortable and often preferred to stand on my own. A quality that I always considered a strength that now I understand, thanks to Rhett, is actually a weakness. This journey that I shared with my dear sweet nephew showed me the importance of not only family, but a strong community. He made me realize the power a group of people can have when they work together to reach a common goal. He showed me what it truly means to be grateful. The amount of kindness and help our family received, not only from friends and family, but from total strangers all over the world, is indescribable. And it still feels unreal to me today, even as you guys all sit here before me. He not only reminded me what it truly means to not sweat the small stuff, but he gave me a whole new understanding of what is of real value in life: health, love, friendship, community, and family. Rhett showed me how to prioritize my life in a way that is balanced and unselfish, allowing me to fully enjoy it on a whole new level. Before Rhett entered my life, I considered myself a happy and optimistic person, but the lessons he left behind with me have allowed me to see a whole new path ahead of me, a whole new level of contentment and joy, a truly carefree and stress-free experience that I would have never known was even possible without the lessons that Rhett taught me. After Rhett passed away on February 22nd, my sister informed me about angel number 222. Angel numbers are ways that angels try and communicate with us. Rhett passed on 222, and my sister has always felt connected with multiple twos. After reading about angel number 222, I have no doubt in my mind that Rhett was an angel, and that's why his time and a physical presence here on earth was so short. He was here to remind the world of the importance of having a balanced, harmonious, peaceful life. He wanted to teach us not to put energies into negativity. Throughout all the hardships, my family showed incredible strength, and my loving sister and amazing brother-in-law were able to see so much positivity in such a time of sorrow. I know this is because of our angel Rhett. I will never forget the amazing lessons that Rhett taught me and to the entire world. I will forever be a stronger person because of him. And I know he will always be here by my side. Because of Rhett, I will always be for Everett strong. I'm also going to take a moment to read a letter from my mother, Marcia. She asked me to read this. She wrote it to Everett. My darling grandson, Rhett, I had so little time to hold you in my arms and tell you over and over just how much you mean to me and how deeply I love you. But I know you are here with us today, so Grandma can talk to you again about her love, and this time in front of all those who have gathered here to honor your precious life. I had so many dreams of watching you grow and thinking about all the special times that we would spend with you. I would read you stories and sing you songs and take you for walks. Oh, I couldn't wait until the summertime when we could go to the beach and build little sand castles and play in the waves. I wanted to share snowfalls with you, and I even thought about the times when Lulu and I would wait together to get you off the school bus. Somehow, I'm trying to find peace that you are always here with us. You live in my heart, and I will share each moment of my life with you. Rhett, sweet child, you have brought so much joy to our family. I may never accept that you had to leave, but someday you will make us understand that you were a special gift, and not just to a few, but to this entire world. Your beautiful mom and dad will share your memory with others in an extraordinary way. Thank you for blessing my life and allowing me to be your grandma. Everett Thomas Cavan, you are so loved. Thank you.
Throughout life, we are often confronted with tragic situations and reminded how precious life really is for all of us. It seems that appreciation can fade at times until we face the stark reality of what happened with Rhett. Rhett will always be missed, but he will always be with us, watching over his brothers and sisters, his mom and dad, and everyone else he touched in his very special life. A way to honor Rhett's memory is for all of us to move forward, live an honorable life by being true to others, true to ourselves, and making a positive difference in this world, because we all know Rhett would have. Throughout Rhett's illness, Dina and Jim showed us time and time again what living life with commitment and loyalty to a loved one is really all about. Their unconditional love for their son, being unselfish, it was never about Jim or Dina, it was always about Rhett. Determination, no stone was unturned in trying to find a cure for this insidious disease. And courage. Courage is displayed in many ways in many different situations. Jim and Dina certainly provided us a true example of what courage is. Scott's going to read a poem that we think best describes Jim and Dina's courage.
Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow."
First, I'm going to read a poem to Rhett from my mom, who is his grandma. God's Garden. God looked around his garden and he found an empty place. And then he looked down upon the earth and he saw your tired face. He put his arms around you and lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. He knew that you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He knew that you would never get well on earth again. He saw the road was getting rough and the hills were hard to climb, so he closed your weary eyelids and whispered, "Peace be thine." It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone, for part of us went with you the day God called you home. Love you, Mom. So, I'm going to read something for Rhett. Everett Cavan was many things to us. Courageous, beautiful, inspirational. A child that will continue an unparalleled legacy. But one of the most important things he did, and still continues to do, is bring happiness to the world. And though standing here, not being able to hold him or look at him anymore, makes it seem impossible to be happy, I know that I have so many memories and beautiful times to look back on. When my mom got married on August 2nd, Jim and Dina brought little Rhett to the church with them. They propped him up between two couch cushions, since he had a tendency to flop over if he wasn't positioned correctly. And I stood there talking to him. I looked into his big blue eyes, blabbing on about something insignificant, and he let out his first laugh, the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life. In that moment, I could only soak up the feeling of joy I felt, knowing I made my little nephew laugh for the first time. I felt so proud to be so important in his life, to share something so special with him. And as I stand here, wishing to God that there was some way I could instead have him on earth with me. I know he's doing something so much greater, and he's making me proud every second that he sits in heaven. So for now, I and everyone else here has to think of the good times. Think of when he played with a bag of Doritos during the whole Super Bowl. Think of when you held him for the first time, or he made the first giggle of his lifetime. Everett was an angel, one that changed this world for the better. He taught me to stop caring about the little things in life and to make every day count. Though he was taken from us too soon, he left more of an impact than I ever could have dreamed. So while our little angel stays strong in heaven, we too need to stay strong on earth, always remembering how much he truly made our lives worth something more. Thank you.
A short time ago, I was unexpectedly given the opportunity to witness a gift that I share with these two folks right here. And I'd like to share with you what I witnessed in experiencing that gift, and that gift is loving a child. The feeling you get from loving a child is indescribable. The bond between parents and their child is one of the strongest forces in nature. It is unbreakable. The care and attention given to a child strengthens that bond, and all of the loving care a parent gives comes back to them when their baby reaches out and babbles to them. The love that a parent feels for their child is a basic part of their makeup. It strengthens us, teaches us sacrifice and courage and humility and pure joy. It awakens feelings and emotions in us, instilled as children, passed down through generations, truly teaching us how to love, and allows us to finally understand how our parents saw and felt about us. None of these feelings and emotions ever go away, no matter the circumstance. That bond and its strength are with us forever. It is all so wonderfully, so beautifully permanent. I'd like to share a short poem that Dina shared with me from Mary Elizabeth Fry that reminds us of that permanence. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand by my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Thank you.
I feel privileged to share today.
When Meme, Sister Na's mother, died in 2009, Dina shared a poem at her funeral.
that struck me and has affected me ever since. And as I pondered what I would share this day, someone at the hospice team that I work with came to morning meeting and shared from the same poet this particular line. The poet is Rumi, and the line is, "Don't turn away, keep your gaze on the bandaged place. That's where the light enters you." And Dina and Jim have taught me that particular lesson, that when we face the bandaged place inside of us, light can enter us. It can help us to be more loving and more tolerant and more kind. So today I would like to share with you the Rumi poem that was read at our mother's funeral by Dina. It's called Gone to the Unseen. At last you have departed and gone to the unseen. What marvelous route did you take from this world? Beating your wings and feathers, you broke free from this cage. Rising up to the sky, you attained the world of the soul. You were a prized falcon trapped by an old soul. Then you heard the drummer's call and flew beyond space and time. As a lovesick nightingale, you flew among the owls. Then came the scent of the rose garden, and you flew off to meet the rose. The wine of this fleeting world caused your head to ache. Finally, you joined the tavern of eternity. Like an arrow, you sped from the bow and went straight for the bullseye of bliss. This phantom world gave you false signs, but you turned from the illusion and journeyed to the land of truth. You are now the sun. What need you for a crown? You have vanished from this world. What need have you to tie your robe? I've heard that you can barely see your soul, but why look at all? Yours is now the soul of souls. O heart, what a wonderful bird you are, seeking divine heights and flapping your wings. You smashed the pointed spears of your enemy. The flowers flee from autumn, but not you. You are the fearless rose that grows amidst the freezing wind. Pour down like the rain of heaven, you fell upon the rooftop of this world. Then you ran in every direction and escaped through the drain spout. Now the words are over, and the pain they bring is gone. Now you have gone to rest in the arms of the beloved. And I would just like to end with a blessing, because I love Nina and Jim and my sisters and our family. And I think the one thing, the gift that Everett has left for all of us is that we need to love each other better and in a more tolerant way. So may the creator of every beautiful sunset that ever comes bless you and keep you and hold you. May your grace and your strength sustain you. May you know that you are never, never alone to face life, that you always have the strength and courage of love around you.
When Rhett passed into the night, perhaps he met some of his spirit friends. And this is what they said. Welcome, Rhett. Do you remember your wings? Thank you for your time on Earth with the giant man and the medicine woman. You chose well your parents, so caring and devoted and humble. You unfolded their hearts as you did so many others, showing the world how to transform suffering into sacred, selfless, everlasting love. We are all inspired by your courage to live this way. Jim and Dina love you so much. Did you know that Dina would have learned all the yoga moves and all the traditions and combined them into one mega move? Just to see you smile? Did you know that Jim would have hunted down all the words in all the languages and packed them into one sentence just to speak his love to you? Of course you did. Look now upon your earth family, honored to know your love, and hear the longing and letting go in their hearts. Hear them say, Rhett, you call us all home. You are the one to show us, to make real, the hardest and most essential quest, to love, to love, to love, even beyond death, into life. For this, forever our gratitude, forever our faith, forever our hearts, united with yours. We love you here and there and everywhere and forever. This is all the same to our souls. Bless this love forever. Amen.
Flower to the heather. me to sleep. I'd stay so calm there won't be a day couldn't make it through. Follow the river, that's what I knew. But as spring bears a flower to the heather, and where the time we share won't
We miss our little boy. We miss his smile. We miss his interstellar eyes. We miss his kicks. We even miss his seagull cries. His spirit, his love, his legacy, these live on, always. They are as gifts to us. Now it falls on us to turn this grace into good. To our friends and family, whether new or old, present in tears or spirit, familiar or far-flung, to the doctors, surgeons, and nurses who blessed us with miracles, both large and small, to the thousands of kind-hearted strangers who followed Rhett's story as if he were their kin, to the spirits who bade our boy forever forth, thank you. Those who know me well know I'm an optimist at heart. As such, I truly believe anyone forced to endure the fray in which our little family found itself would have done the same thing. Summoned the love and strength to fight on. It's not our Constitution, but our community that sets us apart. That was and remains our truest blessing. And it is this community, ever growing as we hope it will be, through which Rhett will forever live and leave his legacy to pay forward the phenomenal love you've all shown to him and to us, and lend hearts and hands to those who need it most. Thank you all, from the bottom of our ever-filling hearts. Rhett, Mr. Man, you were always destined to be a leader. Lead us now, how we'll always love you, to the most distant moon and back.
Thank you so much for being here today. So much love in this room.
So now, this part here is almost over. In just a little while, we'll go downstairs. We'll share some food. We'll tell more stories. And Rhett will be with us. Today, and far past this day, he will be with us. When we don't turn away, when we keep our gaze on the bandaged place, he will be with us. When we call forth the Spirit with directions and we are connected to all that is, he will be with us. When we build sand castles, we play in waves, when we play in snow, when we wake with a smile, he will be with us. When we never wonder or worry if our children feel enough love, when we say yes to the things we know Mom and Dad would say no to, when our breath grows softer and our forehead smooth, he will be with us. When we cherish each laugh, the first laugh and all the others, when we don't sweat the small stuff, when we remember what is most important in life, when we face fears and what ifs, when we soothe our babies with sound, even punk rock, he will be with us. When we transform suffering into selfless, sacred, everlasting love, he will be with us. When we measure our lives not in days, but in love, when we see his eyes, those eyes, and they're just as blue as we remember. When we cherish our children's well-worn wings, when they lend us a feather, he will be with us. When we are aware that the time that we share won't last forever, when we live honorable lives, living with commitment and loyalty, he will be with us. When we know the gift of loving a child, when we open and feel whole new types of love, he will be with us. all the words into one sentence, He will be with us. When we bring happiness to the world, when we love and live to infinity and beyond, when we seek divine grace, when we pour down like rains from the heavens, when we rest again in the arms of the beloved, when we remember our wings, He will be with us. So we give the impossible thanks. All that He was, all that He is, and all that He will be. We hold dear this life, this precious life, which has partly ended. We give thanks for all that has been shared here in this time, for all that will be in the time to come. We hold this wisdom, this power, and this love tenderly. And may we follow where it leads. Amen.
Welcome to the Candlelight Vigil for Everett, Thomas, and Cavan. And we can start with a prayer. However you'd like to prepare your spirit for prayer. Great Spirit of love, who lives always within us through life and through death. Thank you for your loving presence and the absolute blessing of Everett, Thomas, and Cavan. Thank you for the gift of his life here on earth and the life everlasting with you now, always held in the greatest love. Brett, join us as we celebrate and honor you with the light you have given to us to shine through our lives and into eternity forever and ever and ever. Amen. So this song is originally comes from Wendell Berry's work, and Dina took it and revised it and added some words. Thank you for that, Dina. Something that this song represents is the 4 seasons, and Rhett did live a full life. And as we learn the song and sing the song with each other, just to know that this meditation can also be us walking his life through the seasons.
When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully fly like the owl. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like the feather. When you fall, you will fall like the feather with no regrets, joyfully. Set like the sun. When you set, you will set like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. Good job. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regret, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like the feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you send, you will send like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like a feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you send, you will send like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like a feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you send, you will send like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like a feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you send, you will send When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like a feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you set, you will set like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like a feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you set, you will set like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you rise, you will rise like the sun with no regrets, joyfully. When you fly, you will fly like the owl with no regrets, joyfully. When you fall, you will fall like the feather with no regrets, joyfully. When you set, you will set like the sun
for your life. You've blessed us all. You've transformed our hearts. Your light shines forever in our hearts, through our lives, forever and ever and ever. Great Spirit of love, protect, cherish, and honor Everett Cavan till we meet him again.